Guys, what's up? Welcome back to the new video for the channel. Hopefully this is actually recording now. Yeah, I'm pretty sure, yeah, it's recording, yeah. So welcome back to a new video for the channel, horror channel now, you know, reading creepypasta, taking shots every time a thingy reads, set up the rules are hyper-realistic blood, hyper-realistic and blood being separate thing because, you know, hyper-realistic has blood, etc, etc. And it was also hacked game or the game cartridge being given out of nowhere. We've just had the mention of a hack game. We said we're going to do it every time it's mentioned, so I tipped the shot back in whilst I set out, but we've got one shot to take and then we'll continue with the story. Okay.
I don't want to play any after the experience I had. It started on a nice summer afternoon. I was playing Sonic Unleashed. I like how you get to explore the towns in it. Until I noticed, out of my peripheral vision, that the mailman had arrived and put something in my mailbox as usual and left. I thought to my game
yeah,
to
no
see
shit.
what I got in the mail. The only thing in the mailbox was a CD
with a
case
stash of porn
and a note. I took it inside. I looked at the note first and realized it was from my dear friend Kyle.
What's he sending me porn for?
I hadn't heard from him in 2 weeks.
Oh shit.
I know that because I recognized his handwriting. But what was weird is how it looked. It looked badly written and
how do you recognize someone's handwriting?
Difficult to read. As if Carl was having a hard time writing it down and did it in a hurry. This is what he wrote. Tom, I can't take it anymore. I had to get rid of this thing somehow before it was too late. And I was hoping you'd do it for me.
Yeah, he wants his friend to burn his porn stash for him.
And if you don't destroy the CD, he'll come after you too. He's too fast for me.
Who's that, the Church of Latter-day Saints?
Please, Tom, destroy this godforsaken disc before he comes after you too.
Oh shit.
It's too late for me. Destroy the disc, and you'll destroy him. But do it quick, otherwise he'll catch you. Don't even play the game. It's what he wants. Just
I love how seriously my boy creepypasta is reading one of the worst creepypastas in the world.
Well, that was certainly weird.
No shit.
Even though Carl is my best friend and I hadn't seen him in 2 weeks.
Why do they keep bringing that up like it's a serious point?
I didn't think that a simple game disc would do anything bad to him.
Yeah, he was just a mess, so, you know, he had the right to think that.
I was wrong about that. Anyway, I looked at the disc. And
what, they're both
like
on mess?
any ordinary computer CD-R disc, except it had black marker on it written sonic.exc. And it was much unlike Carl's handwriting, meaning that he must have gotten it from
or
somewhere
he took handwriting lessons so that you wouldn't understand he was burning haunted discs at home. Could you imagine he's making haunted discs at home? Has like a factory warehouse, like, if anybody's seen the new Child's Play, it's just like this thunderstorm outside like there is at the factory scene at the beginning. He's just got like his own little factory making sonic.exc discs.
And installed the game. When the title screen popped up, I noticed that it was the first Sonic game. I was like, awesome. Because like I said earlier, I
love the new Sonic games.
The first thing I noticed that was out of place was when I pressed start. There was a split second when I saw the title image turn into something much different. Something that I now consider horrifying.
With hindsight, obviously.
Before cutting to black. I remember what the image looked like in that split second before the game cut to black. The sky had darkened, the title emblem was rusted and ruined, and the Sega 1991 was now instead Sega 666, and the water had turned red. like blood.
Blood, there we go. Blood, there we go. Another shot. I'm actually gonna fucking die before the end of this story, aren't I?
It looked hyper-realistic.
Oh, for fuck's sake! Sorry. Can I just give up now?
But the freakiest thing that was in that split-second frame was Sonic. His eyes were pitch black and bleeding, with two glowing red dots staring right
Do I
at
have to
me.
count bleeding as blood?
And his smile had stretched wider up to the edge of his
Creep.
face.
I owe you a thank you when we're done because you've stopped me from being killed for like 10
about
seconds.
that image when I saw it. So I figured that it was just a glitch and forgot about it. After it cut to black, it stayed like that for about 10 seconds or so. And
Yeah.
then another weird thing happened. The save file select from Sonic the Hedgehog 3 popped up. And I was like,
That is weird.
what the hell? What's this doing in the first Sonic game?
That's an
Anyway,
interesting reaction to have.
Something off. The background was the dark, cloudy sky from the Bad Stardust Speedway level from Sonic CD.
Really does know Sonic, doesn't he? He's just referencing every game.
The music was that creepy Caverns of Winter music from Earth.
And that Sonic porno I watched on Pornhub a few weeks back. I told you I like Sonic.
Been in reverse. And the image for the save file where you see a preview of the level you're on is just red static for all 3 files.
Thank God you didn't say hyper-realistically red.
What freaked me out more was the character select.
You really are a pushy, aren't you? Being freaked out by a game like that.
And to my surprise,
Only an idiot would be freaked out by something that's not real.
now I was sure that something was up. I mean, how many players were Robotnik in a classic Sonic game for crying out loud?
Oh, the blood and everything, that didn't make any sense. No, that made 100% sense, sorry, but how can you play as Robotnik in a classic Sonic game?
Yeah, it definitely looked hacked. It was really creepy, but as a smart gamer, I don't get scared. Or at least I tried not to be.
Pussy.
I told myself that it was just a hacked game, and there's nothing wrong with that.
Wait, shit, hold on. Did we have hacked on the list? I'm already wondering if we had hacked on the list, cause... Oh, for fuck's sake! Cursed or hacked, it's 2 in a row, man. For God's sake, I'm dead already.